This video is sponsored by Found. This month marks 1 year since I quit my decade-long marketing career and became a full-time YouTuber. Many people have cheered me on for following my passion and chasing my dreams. And why wouldn't they? Being a content creator is one of the most sought after and idealized jobs in the world. But is it really all it's cracked up to be? Well, today I want to warn you about a few things that I wish I knew before I took this leap, because a lot of these things aren't really talked about that often, and it might be worth considering before you do the same. And because I'm a pro YouTuber now, I've saved the best for last. Let's get into it. As someone who spent my entire working life as part of a large corporate team, suddenly being an entrepreneur and working for myself and by myself has taken some heavy adjustment. You see, the thing that no one tells you about being a creator is how lonely it is. I don't just mean that sitting in your room recording videos like this and editing videos is a lonely experience, because that's kind of obvious. It's more than that. If you want to make this work, you're gonna have to sacrifice some things. The workday doesn't just end because the clock strikes 5. So while everyone else is getting together after work, you're likely still gonna be sitting in your room editing your next video because the algorithm never sleeps. The best remedy I've found is building relationships with others who are going through the same struggles you are, other full-time or potential full-time creators. Bonus points if they make similar types of content, because now social time spent with friends and creator time can be combined. One thing I've started doing to combat the loneliness is having a daily FaceTime check-in with my buddy Johnny. Sometimes it's about an in-depth discussion about color grading or asking advice on how to respond to a brand email. Other times we're helping one another off a ledge when we're spiraling because our video didn't do as well as we'd hoped. But more on that in a minute. Going at this alone is near impossible, and having someone to bounce ideas off of and get true constructive feedback from is essential.
But Kat, I don't know anyone else who makes content.
I hear this complaint a lot. My advice here is to use social media for its originally intended purpose, to be social. Outside of school and work, almost every friend I've made as an adult has come either from Instagram or YouTube. Go into the comments and strike up a conversation with someone who's doing something similar to what you are. Slide into the DMs and then try to meet up in person. It's actually easier than you think. Just don't be weird about it. And if you're watching this video right now, that means you're probably looking for new creator friends as well. So why don't you introduce yourself in the comments and go make a friend? And while you're down there, check to make sure you're already subscribed. There's actually a shocking number of you who watch almost all of my videos but aren't subscribed to the channel. So let's fix that. If you're still having trouble, attend an industry event, or heck, attend a workshop like the one I hosted in Monument Valley. You'll come away with a group of friends with a shared interest. The next thing you might not think about before making this jump into being a creator is how much of your time you aren't actually being a creator. I think a lot of people assume, oh, I'm gonna make content and get paid for it. And in its simplest form, that's true, but there's actually a lot more to it. Yes, you can make money by posting content on social media, and I put out a video a few months ago breaking down all of my income sources in detail, which I will link in the description and up here as well. But the frustrating thing is that when you commit to being a full-time creator, it means you're also committing to being a full-time accountant, a full-time tax expert, lawyer, project manager, administrative assistant, bookkeeper. The amount of time that you have to spend trying to figure out things like taxes and sending out 1099s to all your contractors. Don't even get me started on expense tracking and dealing with things like client invoicing. That's why I'm super happy that this video is made possible by Found. It's a banking app designed specifically for solopreneurs and small business owners. Found is a game changer for any creator who wants to streamline the administrative and financial work of running their business, and something that I wish I knew about when I was starting out. The app is super simple and easy to use, and it combines all your business tools into one place. So you can track expenses, do your bookkeeping, and auto-save for your taxes, all within the same place as your checking account. I personally love that you can send unlimited invoices that look really sleek, and you can categorize your income and expenses from right there in the same banking app. Trust me, it can save you thousands of dollars over the years compared to using a bunch of separate, complicated tools. I think we can all agree the taxes are the worst. With Found, you can create what they call pockets and put your money into them to help you save money for your taxes or budget for certain aspects of your business. They give you a taxes pocket by default, which will automatically set aside a portion of your income for quarterly taxes. You can even pay your taxes directly through the app. Even if you're not currently full-time, you still should be splitting out your business from your personal finances. That will help you understand how your business is doing and will save you a huge headache come tax day by having your business income and expenses all in one place. So regardless of where you are in the start of your creator journey, I think Found is a great option to run your business finances. Click the link in the description to sign up for Found. It's free to sign up and only takes a few minutes. Another harsh truth I need to warn you about is that this is mentally brutal. No matter what you think going in, things like the performance of your content will absolutely affect your mood. With each upload, YouTube gives you a ranking from 1 to 10, telling you how well your video performs. And it can be very difficult for that not to quickly become a ranking of your worth as a human. And you may think you have tough skin, but that's gonna come under fire the more your content starts to get out there beyond your core audience. Once you start to see some success, that's when the negative comments really start to flood in.
Well, actually, you said this camera can record 24 frames per second. It only records 23.976, idiot.
And like, those things are one thing, but the number of people who start to viscerally assault you for your appearance, how you wear your hat, your intelligence, the bags you have under your eyes from being up all night doing bookkeeping because you haven't signed up for Found yet, it's brutal. Now, most of the time, these are coming from people who have never come across you before. They don't know you, they don't understand your inside jokes, and they don't understand why you keep making fun of them with your Cartman voice. You can tell yourself you're not gonna be affected by these types of things, but we're still human, and it still hurts, and it can absolutely ruin your day. One way I've tried to combat this is by reading some of Ryan Holiday's books on modern applications of Stoic philosophy. If he were to pop into this video, he would give some advice to say something like, focus on the things you can control and disregard whatever you can't. You can't control other people's comments, but you can control how you respond to them. Click hide from channel, block them, just move on. Along a similar vein of mental health, there's this notion that if you follow your passion, you'll never work a day in your life. My dad told me that once. I'm sorry, Dad, but that's bullshit. In reality, it's the opposite. If you go this route and you follow your passion, you should be prepared to work every day. There really are no breaks. The need to remain consistent means that at minimum, you're never not thinking about your next video. Even when you take a weekend off to spend some time with friends or family, I'm constantly thinking about that next video. The best way I've combated this is to create as much routine and batch tasks as much as possible so that less of my mental energy is focused on something else. For example, Mondays are dedicated to short form content. I'll script all of my videos and then sit down to record them all at once and then edit them all at once. Tuesdays are dedicated to planning and scripting the week's YouTube video and then finishing up any admin and editing from the day prior. Wednesdays are YouTube filming days. So today is Wednesday. And Thursday and Friday are spent editing that YouTube video. For me, routine and schedule and getting enough sleep is easily the biggest contributing factor to avoiding burnout. Admittedly, this is one area that I do still struggle with the most. So if any of you have advice on managing burnout or avoiding it, please let me know in the comments. Okay, this last point is hands down the most important one. So many aspiring creators get into this because of what they think it will give them. They think they'll be famous, or they think it'll make them happy, or maybe they just want to get free stuff. I'm willing to bet that the majority of you set off on this path because you watched someone else and thought, I want what they have. That'll make me happy. But there's a huge difference between loving to watch the videos versus loving to make the videos. You have to love the latter. There's a great Mark Manson quote from Subtle Art that says, "Who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for." You see, everyone wants to be happy and successful and get free stuff, but that's what you see outwardly. What you don't see is the struggle, the agonizing over thumbnail options, the frame-by-frame decision-making in your editing software, the bookkeeping if you haven't signed up for Found. That's all the stuff that you struggle with, and you have to enjoy that. For me, the week-to-week project basis of being a creator works really well for my personality because I get bored, but I really enjoy learning and teaching all of you. So for me, this particular struggle, it's something that I love. Before I started doing this photo video thing, I was a DJ as a side gig. I was pretty good at it, and I thought that I wanted to quit my full-time job to do that. But then I realized, as much as I loved performing at shows, I absolutely hated producing music. As difficult as it was, I decided to hang up the headphones and I picked up a camera instead, because I knew if I wanted to do this full-time, I was gonna hate the thing that I was doing full-time. You see, you have to be willing to do the unsexy stuff day in and day out like it's your job, because it is. You have to love the process of all of that, because that's what's in your control. The outcome and the followers and the free stuff, that isn't. This career path isn't gonna make you happy. That part you have to do all on your own. Hopefully none of this is too much of a downer. I just wanted to be a little bit more open about some of the struggles that I've faced in the last year. And I also want to say thank you to each and every one of you for watching my videos, supporting me, and giving the opportunity to enjoy this struggle. So with all of that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.